Hey happy campers, welcome to your 8.5 notes. Today we will be factoring x squared plus bx plus c. Now I've got a very short trick for you, so hopefully these notes will also be very short. By the end of the day, you will be able to factor trinomials of the form x squared plus bx plus c. Before we factor trinomials, let's go ahead and make one first. So we're going to find the product of x plus 5 times x plus 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute an x to this whole factor, and then I'm going to distribute a 5 to this whole factor. So that'll give me x times x plus 2 plus 5 times x plus 2. That's the same thing as x squared plus 2x plus 5x plus 10. Now, I'm going to combine these guys by saying that's 7x, and that's equal to x squared plus 7x plus 10. Let's back up a little bit and remember where I got this 7x from and where I got this 10 from. I got 7 because that was equal to 2 plus 5, back when I added these two together. And I got this 10 because that was equal to 2 times 5. And that's what we will be doing today. We will add two numbers and we will multiply two numbers. And you guys, that's basically all we need. If we're going to factor a trinomial of the form x squared plus bx plus c, just like this one, we are going to need to find something to do with b and something to do with c. We're going to find two numbers whose sum is b and whose product is c. That is, we find two numbers who add to b and who multiply to c. Think you got it? Let's find out. Okay, here we go. So for our first trinomial, we have x squared plus 11x plus 24. Now, as a little reminder to ourselves, 11 is our b. So we need to find two numbers that add up to 11. And our c term is 24. So 24 is our c, so we need to find two numbers that multiply to 24. Now, you can just kind of guess and check and hope for the best. I like to make a list of numbers that multiply to 24, that is, factors of 24. So factors of 24 include 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. I could also keep going and say 6 and 4, but 6 and 4 count also as 4 and 6. So let's find out. We already have our factors of 24. We know two numbers that multiply to 24. Now we need to decide, well, what do they add to? Do they add to 11? Well, 1 plus 24 is 25, so that's not going to be it. And 2 plus 12 is 14, so that's not going to be it. And 3 plus 8 is 11. Oh, hey, yeah, that's it. Nice. And we don't even have to bother checking 4 plus 6. It's 12 anyway. Sorry, it's 10 anyway. We found our right ones. It's 3 and 8. So we want to go with 3 and 8. Now that means that's equal to x plus 3 times x plus 8. And that's how we factor a trinomial. Let's test it to see if we did this correctly. I'm going to distribute x to my second guy, and I'm going to distribute 3 to my second parentheses. So we have x times x plus 8 plus 3 times x plus 8. That gives us x squared plus 8x plus 3x plus 24, and 8 plus 3 is 11. So we have x squared plus 11x plus 24. Is that what we started with? Yes, that's what we started with. Awesome, we did it right. So our final answer, we have x plus 3 times x plus 8. What questions do you have? No questions? All right, to recap, what we did was we found our b term was 11 and our c term was 24. So we need to add to our b term, multiply to get our c term. So we found factors of 24, added them up to see if we got our b term. Think you got it? Let's try b. So in this question, our key numbers to look at are our -6 here and our 8. And we want to find two numbers that do what to -6? They add. Two numbers that add to -6 and two numbers that multiply to 8. So let's list some factors of 8. Now to make sure I have all the factors, I'm going to go through a bunch of numbers and see if 8 is divisible by them. So 1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 4 is 8. 3, nope, that doesn't work. 4 times 2, 5, no. 6, no. 7, no. Oh, 8 and 1. Okay, cool. So here are all our factor pairs of 8. Awesome. Now let's see what they add to. Now that we've got our factors of 8, we want to find what adds to -6. Well, 1 plus 8 is 9, 2 plus 4 is 6, 4 plus 2 is 6, and 8 plus 1 is 9. Oh no, we're stuck. Why is that? Oh, that's because we've only listed half of the factors of 8. Yes, 1 times 8 is 8, but you know what else, guys? What else, Miss Van Dyke, you're asking? -1 times -8 equals 8. -2 times -4 equals a positive 8. -4 times -2 and -8 times -1, those are all equal to a positive 8. So we need to try that guy again. -1 minus 8 is -9. -2 minus 4 is -6. Oh, hey, we found it. That's it right there. That's what we're going for. -2 and -4. So we factor this guy as x minus 2 and x minus 4. Go ahead and pause the video and check that that actually multiplies out to this trinomial. It does. We're right. Good job. We've got 2 more. Let's see, we have this fancy trinomial of the form x squared plus bx plus c. And what are we trying to find here? We're trying to find two numbers that add to 9 and that multiply to -36. So again, do they add up to 9 and do they multiply to get -36? Let's list out the factors of 36. Well, 1 goes into 36 times. 2 goes into 36 18 times. 3 goes into 36 12 times. 4 goes into 36 9 times. 5, nope. 6 goes into 36 6 times. 7, no. 8, no. 9, 10, 11, 12. Also 18 and 36. Now our trick here is we're actually not trying to find factors of positive 36. We're trying to find factors of -36. So let's go ahead and just make all of these guys negative. 1 times -36. And let's see if that works. Okay, now again, how do we know which factor pair to pick? We want to find the factor pair that adds to a positive 9. Now guys, each of these aren't going to work because the negative is bigger than our positive. I'm going to work backwards. Let's start at the bottom. 36 minus 1 is 35. 18 minus 2 is 16. 12 minus 3. Hey, nice. And the cool thing about this is once we find the one that works, you're done. You don't have to keep going. So let's not keep going. So we know we have x plus 12 and x minus 3. Go ahead and pause the video to make sure that your factor pair works. It does. Good job. Now for our last one, we have a little bit of a tricky problem because all of our other ones, our C term has just been a number, but now in our C term, we've got another variable in place, which means our final answer isn't going to be x plus some number, x plus another number, but rather it's going to be x times something, x plus something times y times x plus something times y. See how we have this y guy in here? This should be y squared. We've got this y guy in here, this y guy in here. We need to add that guy in there. Okay, but the same thing, the same process goes. We need to find something that adds to 6 and multiplies to negative 55. So let's do that same thing all over again. We need to find factors of 55 that add to 6. Now we do have a negative 55, so we need to list one positive, one negative. Let's go for it. We can do 1 and negative 55, 2, 3, 4, 5, and negative 11, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and negative 5, and 55, and negative 1. Let's test them out. 1 minus 55 is negative 54. That's a little bit off. 5 minus 11 is negative 6. That's closer, but not quite. And finally, I gave it away. 11 minus 5 is 6. Oh, that's it, guys. That adds up to 6. Awesome. So we're going to take our 11 and our negative 5, plug them into here. X plus 11y, and then x plus negative 5. I'm going to do x minus 5. Y. Multiply it out. I think you'll find that that is correct. Cool. There it is. So again, our theme idea of the day is you want to find two numbers who add up to B and who multiply to C. So that'll follow the pattern x plus something times x plus something else. And those two numbers, whatever they are, those will go in your x plus whatever, x plus something else. Enjoy your homework.